Hello everybody. Welcome to today's lesson on POW and TREE. POW and TREE can be used on writing opinion essays. And here's the graphic for P, stands for Pick My Ideas. So before we start in today's essay, let's take a minute to review opinion and what it means. So remember, an opinion is a judgment formed by somebody that's not based on fact or knowledge. It's simply what or how you think about something or a topic. Okay, so today's essay prompt is going to be, should kids get an allowance? Now, before you think about some ideas about that, I want you to think to yourself, what are some good ideas about kids receiving an allowance? And I also want you to think about, well, maybe there are some bad things about kids receiving an allowance. And for your self-statement, remember, I can write a good essay. It might be tough, but I will not get mad. Alright, so let's dig into some reasons why kids should receive an allowance. It teaches them about how you can spend your money. As kids receive money for their hard work, they can choose to save it and have it for future or when they want to buy something nice or expensive. It also teaches accountability at home. When kids receive their allowance for helping out around the house, they can build a routine on keeping things clean. It's also tied to doing chores. So as kids do chores on a weekly basis, like cleaning the bathroom, taking out the trash, picking up their room, and even making their bed every morning, it can help out and make them money. And finally, to wrap it up, it teaches them that they can get work if they work for pay. Now, I don't think getting an allowance is always a good thing. There can be some bad things about it too. A bad thing about it is they can spend their money poorly, meaning they're not saving it up right, and they're just spending it on anything and everything. Also, chores can be boring. What kid wants to be cleaning all the time? That's for adults anyway. They'd rather be spending time playing video games or hanging with their friends. Or depending on the person, they simply just don't care. I don't want to do this. It's dumb. I don't need to clean up. Looking back at the POW chart, O stands for organizing my notes. Remember, when using POW and TREE, TREE is an acronym for an opinion essay. The T stands for the topic sentence. So I want you to tell me what you believe. In this case, should kids receive an allowance? R stands for the reasons. You should have 3 or more. And in your reasons, you're going to write, why do I believe this? Will my readers believe this? The E stands for ending. You want to wrap it up. And finally, the last E stands for examine. Did I have all my parts? So I couldn't get a picture of the graphic organizer on here. But if you look in the book, we can refer to page 86. And we can set this up. So T for the topic sentence. I believe all kids should receive an allowance. And here's the 3 reasons. It teaches about spending money. It's tied to doing chores. And it teaches about working for pay. Now, as I said earlier, it teaches about spending money. The reason is because kids can save their money for big important things, or they can have money to spend when they're hanging out with their friends. Reason 2, tied to doing chores. With kids doing chores, they can help out around the house and contribute, helping out their parents. And reason 3, working for pay. Well, as they learn, as they work hard, they get rewarded. And then in this case, they receive an allowance or money. And for the ending, These are the 3 reasons why kids should receive an allowance. So looking back, let's look for some million-dollar words. So it teaches about spending money, tied to doing chores, and teaches about working for pay. Now for time's sake and typing, I already switched this up. So for some million-dollar words, I reworked it into saying it teaches financial responsibility. It's tied to completing chores and teaches working for pay. I couldn't really think of anything. So that's the difference. It teaches financial responsibility and tied to completing chores. All right, so now it's time to type out the essay. Here's what I got. And for the sake of time, I wrote it out already instead of typing. So, for my essay, I think that all kids should get an allowance. The first reason why I believe this is because it teaches them about financial responsibility. Secondly, receiving allowance is tied to doing chores at home. When kids help out around the house, they get rewarded for their efforts. Finally, kids should receive an allowance because it teaches them that working hard can lead to being paid. When you complete an assigned job, you can be paid for it. And to wrap it up, for the ending, these are the 3 reasons why students or kids should receive an allowance. Alright, so that's my lesson in a nutshell, my example. And now tomorrow, students, you will be working on coming up with your own opinion essay.